Okay, so by Extra Africa on X page recently shared this. It says hashtag breaking UK suspended direct bilateral aid to Rwanda and suspended military training with Rwanda's defense forces, that is the RDF. Okay, guys, so the name is Virashi. Welcome to the African time, shall we? Let's discuss Africa. We all knows what's happening recently for the past years, but it has actually been escalated on or in DR Congo, the eastern part of the DR Congo. Well, it's believed or it's allegedly believed that Rwanda government may have enhanced in the M3 rebels. So countries or European countries are trying to distance themselves from Rwanda. Now, this issue was issued by the United Kingdom, saying that they are already in deals to cancel or to suspend all aids that are heading to Rwanda and any form of military training too. That is sad, and hopefully the truth come out. But things are actually not as easy as we think it is. It's actually more serious than how we see it to be. Alright, but the situation here is that it's not only the United Kingdom that have actually issued this. It has also gone to the Americans, the continent, that is Canada. Canada has also recently shared this by the foreign policy of Canada. They says statement by Ministers Jolie, Housing and NG on Rwanda's involvement in Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo conflict. Okay, so Canada has also issued a state through their foreign policies or the Ministry of Foreign Policies in Canada saying some things against Rwanda, and then Rwandans or the government of Rwanda is not having it. Well, what does this the Canadian people or the government has to say against Rwanda concerning the Eastern DR Congo issues and on the disturbances happening there? Okay, so let's actually dive inside and see what the Canadians have for us towards this issue. Okay, so the Canadian foreign policies came and says Canada condemns in the strongest possible terms the March 23 movements, that is the M23, seizure of territory in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC, including Goma and the Bukavu. We also condemn the presence of the Rwandan Defense Force in the DRC and its support for the M3, which constitute flagrant violations of the DRC's territorial integrity and sovereignty and of the United Nations Charter. In quotes, it says, Canada urges all parties to exercise restraint, engagement in meaningful dialogue, and commit to peaceful solutions to prevent further destabilization. Okay, that is how Canadians were actually going with this one. Canada was actually not playing with it. Well, let's see what they actually say more. Okay, so they also came and says, as a result of Rwanda's actions in the Eastern DRC, the government of Canada has made the decisions to 1. Suspend the issuance of permits for the export of uncontrolled goods and technologies to Rwanda. Wow. 2. Suspend new government-to-government business pursuits with Rwanda, as well as proactive support to private sector business development activities, including trade missions. Oh, that is serious. Okay, so the third point, he also says, review government of Canada participation at international events hosted in Rwanda, as well as Rwandan possible or proposals to host any future events. Wow, these 3 points is actually serious. The third point, though, Rwanda is actually had bid to host the Formula One, and then this have actually come up. I know Canada is going to do everything they can possible to make sure the Formula One doesn't happen in Rwanda. That's too bad. Well, if it doesn't happen in Rwanda, surely it needs to go to SA, though. Still in Africa. Well, these were the 3 main points that the Canadian government is actually holding on Rwanda. Number 1, saying that suspend the issuance of permits for the export of controlled goods and technologies to Rwanda. Number 2 is suspend new government-to-government business pursuits with Rwanda, as well as proactive support to private sector business and development activities, including trade missions. And then lastly, it says review government of Canada participation at international events hosted in Rwanda, and as well as Rwandan proposal to host or any future events. So these right here are some of the notable points that Canadian government is holding on the Rwandans. Okay, so lastly, they came and says Canada welcomes the efforts of countries in the region as well as the Southern African Development Community, the East African Community, and the African Union to find a peaceful path forward. We urge all stakeholders to demonstrate political will to find peace, honor their commitments under the Luanda and the Nairobi process, and collaborate to address humanitarian needs and the underlying causes of this conflict. Okay, so actually it seems the Canadian people or the government wanted something good for Africa, and then all the all part of the Southern Africa, mostly to my Democratic Republic of Congo, the eastern side. People have been suffering so much with Cold War and conflict that it needs to stop. So the position of the Canadian government, I think, is applaudable, and they are doing great with the sanctions. And if Rwandans, His Excellency Paul Kagame, has any hands in this, hopefully, say, you come out to the peace table and find solution to all these problems. Well, as the government of Canada shared this, Rwandans were saying, no, wait. What are you saying? All right, so as this happened, the Rwandan Ministry of Foreign Affairs also had a note to this. They came and shared this on their Twitter page saying, Canada's position on the conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo is shameful. They say Rwanda takes note of the statement by Global Affairs Canada on the situation in Eastern DRC and finds the defamatory attribution to Rwanda of alleged atrocities unacceptable. We will be seeking clarification on this from the Canadian government. All right, so the Rwandans are saying, no, this is allegedly. You guys don't have a proof yet. Why are you even going so hard on them like that? So they are saying that they will actually be seeking information and then more about this whole issue from the Canadian government. Well, when this was shared, I know it's kind of a word against word, okay? We actually don't know who actually is at fault here. But, well, some Africans were not actually happy with Rwanda. This one says, the ring is closing in on Paul Kagame. He will soon be held for war crimes in Congo, just like Charles Taylor, the former president of Liberia. Okay, another one says, since Rwanda beefed with South Africa, nothing is going on right for them. Wow. Okay, so these are some of the takes or points from our various African people concerning this whole issue between Rwanda and Europe and actually the world at large right now. Because it seems like a lot of countries are not having it, or they are now putting up Rwanda concerning the conflict and the bad situation or the stabilization that's happening in the DRC. The name is Backlash. This was African Time. Hopefully, I've actually learned something about our continent. You have also known what is happening in Rwanda concerning the Africa and the world at large. Thank you for your time, and hopefully, peace can prevail in the Southern Africa and in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Thank you for your time.